Attention! I am Captain Bullock from the Imperial High Command. I see that you are all here for the first part of your training. In just a few moments, you will take part in your first step towards being one of the elite members of the Empire. We have openings in a variety of important jobs that include Imperial gunners, Death Squad commanders, ion cannon loaders, scanning crews, and trash compactor cleaners. Or take flight, patrolling the galaxy in a twin ion engine fighter or TIE bomber. Or serve as one of the elite and most feared fighting force in the galaxy, the Stormtroopers, where you'll learn precision marksmanship and ground control. And with the new Death Star under construction, we are looking for over 1 million personnel that will help make it the most dangerous weapon in space. With the threat of the Rebel Alliance, it is time to tighten the grip. These rebel scum have been seen in the area. If you know of anyone or see anything, make sure you contact one of the patrols. Welcome to the Empire.
There seems to be a problem with the transmission from Imperial High Command. Maybe it's another drill. These officers are so serious. Did you see the way they kept trying to intimidate these new recruits? Yeah. Why is he so intense? Well, he's in charge of keeping the rebels out. I mean, did you hear what happened during morning patrol? No, but I hear it was bad. What did you hear? I guess some Jedi snuck in and caused a lot of trouble. The last thing I feel like dealing with today is a Jedi.
This area is secure. You should check out the front gate again.
This area is secure. We should go check out the front gate again. Wait, what?
This area is secure. You should check out the front gate again.
This area is secure. We should go check out the front gate again. But it's really hot out there. I mean, like Tatooine hot. And it's nice and cool in here.
Area is secure. Go check out the front gate.
This area is secure. We should just go check out the front gate again. Yes, sir. But you keep your eyes open. Something weird is going on.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host from Behind the Force, Ashley Eckstein.
Hey everyone! Hi! Thank you so much for coming today. Hello! Well, welcome. I'm Ashley Eckstein, voice of Ahsoka Tano from Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Thank you. We have a little stand out here today. Thank you. Well, I am honored to be back as your host of Behind the Force, Star Wars Rebels, a new CG animated series coming to Disney XD this fall. So I want to know who's excited about Star Wars Rebels, huh? I want to hear it. We have a major fan over here. I know, another Rebels fan here too. All right, well, Star Wars Rebels is a new show set between Episode 3 and Episode 4, following the rise of the rebellion towards the Empire as they continue to hunt down the few remaining Jedi. Today we're going to go behind the force with executive producer Dave Filoni of this exciting new series. But first, I'm going to show you a quick recap of what we know so far about Rebels and how it fits into our beloved Star Wars universe. Let's take a look. Thanks, Dave. All right, so I want to know, who's ready to join the rebellion, huh? I want to hear it. We have a big Rebels fan up here, but not so much in the back. I saw a lot of hands that didn't raise the back, so we must have some Imperial recruits left in this room. And I'll see about all right. Well, I'll see about bringing you over to the light side by the end of the show. Now, some of my favorite moments as the voice of Ahsoka were the moments in the recording studio, recording new episodes with my fellow castmates. And it's time now to go behind the Force to meet the new voice cast of Star Wars Rebels. Now, let's check them out. Don't they look awesome? Well, we have a very special treat for you today. All the way from California. How would you like to meet one of the new voice actors from Star Wars Rebels, huh? We have the voice of Sabine Wren, so please help me welcome to the stage, Tiya Sircar! You are a sparkling rebel here today. All right, well, welcome to Star Wars Weekends. This is your first time here. How are you enjoying
It
it?
is my very first time. I have to apologize to you guys. I lost my voice because I've been having way too much fun. So it's going to sound like this. I apologize.
Screaming too much on Star Tours, right?
That, and I've been chatting with people, and I've been riding some rides, and so, anyway, sorry. My apologies.
No, it's very exciting. It's very exciting. I mean, this is your first Star Wars event.
My first trip to Disney World, so it's very exciting already.
That deserves a round of applause.
And my first Star Wars. I mean, so it's all like overwhelming and wonderful at the same time. Yeah.
Wow. Have you done any, have you gone anywhere, done anything yet at Disney
Oh
World?
yeah, I've been trying. Every break I get, I'm like, hey, can we go on this ride? Can we go on this ride? So I've been doing it like double duty.
Now, okay, so have you always been a Star Wars fan, or is this new to you?
I'm basically Star Wars' newest, biggest fan. When I was a kid, when I was a little kid, I had watched the original trilogy, and I knew at the time that it was like something, this was a big deal, but maybe I was too young to really appreciate it for what it's worth. So then when I got this job, I was like, oh, I want to know as much as I can about Star Wars. So I rewatched the original trilogy, and I was like, oh, this is what all the fuss is about. Now I understand what you guys already knew. And then, thanks to Netflix, I've been watching Clone Wars. I've been binge watching Clone Wars. So now I'm like the newest, biggest Ahsoka fan. So I'm catching up as much as I can, and now I'm like full throttle. Like I love it, and I want to know as much as I can, and watch everything I can get my hands on.
Well, here's where the fun begins.
Okay.
All right, now this is not the first time we're actually going to hear your voice on the Disney Channel.
That's true.
We've actually heard you before on Phineas and Ferb.
That's true, and that
Yes.
that's me. That was Mishki, and I voiced her. That was actually my very first voiceover job ever. So it was my entree into the voiceover world, and it was kind of fun because I was actually on another Disney show playing a character on The Sweet Life on Deck. If anyone has watched that show. And I played a character. I played Padma, and she had an accent. And I think they were like, "Oh, we'd like you to do that for Phineas and Ferb." So I did that, and it was really fun. And I fell in love with voiceover, so I'm so happy that I got to keep doing it.
Well, you do a lot of voiceover work, but you also do a lot of on-camera work. And you worked with a Disney legend, actually, Mr. Zac Efron in 17 again. There you are, adorable.
We are all staring at Zach in that scene. Actually, that scene, I have a quick little story about, if you guys don't mind. So, right after this, whatever's happening here, we had basically a sequence, this is for 17 again, where we have to slap Zach, like all of these girls plus a couple more, slap them in quick succession. And none of us had ever really slapped anyone before, so we kind of had to there was a stunt coordinator, and he was teaching us how to stage slap, like for camera.
Yes, because usually when people slap
It's fake. Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be.
Well, none of us could do it right because we were doing it wrong, and it looked like we were flailing around. So finally, the stunt coordinator went up to Zach and he was like, "This is not working. Would you mind? Could they slap you?" So we ended up slapping him for real, and he was such a good sport. And he was like, "Sure, you do what you gotta do." But as you guys know, I mean, there's lots of takes. Like you don't do it once, you do it 9 times. So this poor Zach got slapped in the face by 5 girls in a row, over and over. And by the end of it, he was purple, blue in the face. It was bad. I had it on. I mean, I had fun, but I was on the better end of that deal.
Well, from Zac Efron to Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson on The Internship, there you are. Tell us about that.
Well, doesn't really get much better, to do comedy with the likes of Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson. So
That's amazing.
that was a dream come true. But also, the movie's about Google interns, and so we got to actually go to Google, real life Google, in Northern California, which is like a dreamland. Aside from Disney, it's like the greatest place on earth. There's like, it's a workplace, and there are like nap pods and dance studios where you can take salsa classes, and there's a bowling alley where people are bowling in the middle of the workday. I don't understand it, but it's amazing.
That's awesome, having a fake job at Google.
Well, yeah.
Now, okay, from a fake job at Google to getting the call that you are a new Star Wars character, what was that like?
Kind of different than you might think, because actually, none of us that got this job knew what we were auditioning for originally. It was very top secret. Everything's top secret when it comes to Star Wars, as you probably know. But so we all thought we were auditioning for a show called Wolf, which you might get the connection for those of you like hardcore fans. But so I thought I was auditioning for a Disney XD animated show. So it wasn't until I actually got the job and I got the phone call and they were like, by the way, this is Star Wars. I had no idea. So it was like doubly exciting because I got an awesome job and it became an even more awesome job once I figured out what the real job was.
Now, I mean, we got to see the behind-the-scenes sneak peek of you working with the cast. And one thing that I think, we did on Clone Wars, but you also do on Rebels, is you get to work together as a cast, which doesn't always happen in voiceover.
It's very rare, and I know that you guys did it too. I think makes it such a more special experience because I did an animated movie recently called Walking with Dinosaurs. What's normal is that you record by yourself and then you meet everybody at the movie premiere and you're like, hi, nice to meet you, we're in the same movie together. This is not how we have such a special arrangement where we all get to record in the same room, we all have separate mic stands and we're interacting with each other. And it's also so nice because we're like a family now, as I'm sure you guys are as well with Clone Wars. And actually I was working on a show that shoots in Vancouver, we record in LA, a show called Witches of East End. And I was sort of in Vancouver for a few months, and it was right when we were first starting to record, and I begged and pleaded for them to let me come back to LA so I could actually record with everyone, because it's such a different experience just being in a booth by yourself doing these lines. So I'm so grateful that we get to do it all together. And what's really funny, which you might enjoy, the more we get to record and get to know our characters and get to know each other, I don't know if this is true for Clone Wars, but the more like our characters we become.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, Vanessa is Hera. She's, like, always making sure everyone's well fed and, like, do you need...
Mother.
Yes, yeah. And Hera, Kanan, who is played by Freddie Prinze Jr., who's wonderful, is, like, the perfect Jedi to Ezra, Taylor Gray's Padawan. He's always boxing around, and Taylor's like, okay, I got it. So it's amazing to watch, like, the dynamics kind of mimic our characters, but in real life it's starting to kind of go that direction. It's really fun to watch.
And speaking of families, you actually got to work with Sarah Michelle Gellar on The Crazy Ones and Freddie Prinze Jr. at the same time, right?
It was quite by happenstance. I mean, go figure, Hollywood is a crazy place, but totally separate situations. I was working on, Rebels, and then all of a sudden I was working on Crazy Ones, and there was, on my very first day, Sarah was asking me, like, oh, I think you know my friend from this show. And I said, actually, I do know your friend from the show, but I'm working with your husband on Rebels. And she was like, oh, of course, I've heard all about you. So it's funny how those things happen.
Small world.
Yeah.
Well, we want to know more about Sabine.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about Sabine Wren, because she looks amazing.
Yeah, I think so too. Sabine is awesome, in my opinion. She's a Mandalorian, which I think some of you might be familiar with. She's a girl Mandalorian, which I think is cool. So she's, she kicks butt. She's a weapons expert. She blows things up. But a cool twist on her is that she's also an artist. So when she's blowing up like the Empire, she's doing it artfully, like artistically with flair, and so that's kind of neat. And she does a little tagging, like you see there. So whenever the rebels attack the Empire, she leaves a little signature to let them know who's attacked them.
Like a rebel takeover.
Oh yeah, well,
I like it.
Yeah.
All right, well, Tiya, we cannot wait to listen to you this fall on Star Wars Rebels. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but a big round of applause for Tiya Sircar, everyone. Thank you so much. by the end of the show. All right, well, it's time to check back in with Dave Filoni. He's at Lucasfilm in San Francisco, California, where they make Star Wars Rebels. And I think he has something exciting and exclusive to share with us. So let's take a look. Doesn't it look awesome to work at Lucasfilm? Well, folks, unfortunately, I guess that's all we're going to get. But trust me, it will be worth the wait, and there will be plenty of action when Star Wars Rebels premieres this fall on Disney XD. Chopper? Chopper, everyone! Oh my gosh, Chopper, I thought you were in Dean's office. Okay, wait. What are you saying? You did? Really? Oh my gosh, Chopper brought the flash drive, everyone, with exclusive footage. Oh my gosh, it has top secret footage of Rebels on here. Do you guys want to see it? Chopper, you really are a true rebel. Okay, all right, here we go. Can you please play this? Thank you so much. Okay, now this is top secret exclusive footage just for you here at Star Wars Weekends. And what happens in this room should stay in this room. We want to keep it that way. So please, turn off your cameras, turn off your video cameras, turn off your cell phones. And if you guys are ready, we're going to play a sneak peek of Star Wars Rebels. Are you ready? All right, let's roll it. That looks awesome! Thank you so much, Chopper. All right, so now, who's ready to join the rebellion? All right, there we go. Well, what do you say we leave our mark on this Imperial Recruitment Center? But first, I think I need a little help. Please welcome back to the stage, Tiya Sircar!
And I'll try to see something.
Please welcome Sabine and Ezra! Well, Tiya, I think it's time for a rebel takeover.